What's up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in the world of Terrafirmacraft. And today we are going to try, and keyword there is try, and make our first ingot. And we'll need that to shape into our first real tool, the pickaxe. Well, the pickaxe. So what we need to do first is to really have a chance at making an ingot. You have to have something to pour the liquid metal into, because, you know, I don't know if you ever played with liquid metal, but it's not exactly something you want to hold in your hands while, you know, you wait for it to firm up again. So we need to find some clay, and with clay we can make what they call ceramic mold. Now, clay can usually be found near water, but it's kind of difficult to find sometimes. It's supposed to be a pretty available resource, but I've had some issues with it. And I really hope this is clay. I honestly didn't check it. Nope, that's just flat out stone. This may be clay over here, though. I think this is clay, actually. God, I hope so. Nope, that's rock as well. Well, damn it, Bobby. And I'm pretty sure this is rock, too. Alright, well, we're going to look around, see if I can find some clay. You'll notice I've got REI minimap installed. Since we're going to be playing this for a while, it just makes sense. It'll let me set some waypoints so that when we explore, it's not quite so nasty. So we're going to skip ahead till I find some clay, and we'll pick up there. One thing you're going to do while you're out here hunting for clay and other things is kill one of these squid. You need them for, well, you need their, what do you call it? Drop that flawed opal. You need their ink sac for... Oh, come here, buddy. Stop running! You need it for making tools of certain kinds. Oh my god, I can't frickin' see. Oh, it's alright, buddy. You will live for now because I can't find you. But make sure you kill a couple of those for their ink sacs. Their ink sacs are used to make plans, which you need to make some of your more advanced tools. So we're still out here hunting for clay and having absolutely no luck at all. But hopefully we will find some before yet another day has passed in the world of Terrafirmacraft. Alright, after much running around, we have finally started finding clay. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it can be hidden by grass, and it's relatively easy to miss. But once you find it, it's pretty distinct. We're gonna go ahead and pull a full stack of this stuff out so we don't have to come back for a while. Of course, I need to be careful and not get collapsed on. But we'll be using this to make molds, and I've got to loot all this stuff quickly because we gotta get back to our base before nighttime. Otherwise, Pyro ain't gonna make it. Come on. How much is that? 36? Alright, we'll loot just a little bit more. Well, no, I'm gonna leave that up. Don't want to drown. Anyways, I did want to show you guys what it looked like, so if you're out hunting around, it may take you a while. Just stick to water. As long as you're nearby waterways and oceans and lakes and things along those lines, you will eventually find it. So just stick around those. Yeah, we need to get home. And you will find it fairly quickly. Well, maybe not quickly, but one more. Oh, really? Okay, we're full. Alright, good. Let's go ahead and make a waypoint for this so we can find it later. Alright, and time to get the hell home. Alright, so now that we are back at base and we have plenty of coal, we're going to make 4 clay molds. Well, actually, you know, we're only going to make 2. I think we're only going to need 2 for now. We may need more later on, but 2 right... Oh, wow. We'll just make 1 batch then. There we go. Alright, so now that we've gotten these little monsters set up, and I don't know if I can use them in the forge. I'm pretty sure our forge has gone out anyway. Yeah, let's fire him back up. I think we put that there. And where's the fire starter? Do I still have a fire starter? Of course not. There we go. And... oh, it charcoaled on us. I think that's what it did. Huh. No, it's still good to go. That is really weird. I've never had to relight one of these, so... Ah, there it goes. Boom! So now we're good. We're warming back up. See the fires coming back up fairly well. Beautiful. Now, I don't know if I can put these in here or not. Let's see, is that warming up? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we're going to put these in here. And you'll notice they will slowly warm up. Now, these are the soft, squishy ones. You need to bake... What we're doing is baking them from clay into ceramic. And it takes a couple minutes. And this is the key benefit of the forge. If you're cooking multiple things, it's a lot easier to cook them in here than it is to cook them elsewhere. Because, you know, if you're doing them one at a time in the... what do you call it? In the little fire pit, it's going to take you days to do this stuff. There we go. There's our first ceramic mold. There's our second one. Third and fourth. Whoops. Not quite sure why they're not stacking. That's really weird. Anyways. Now, unfortunately, you can't use, for whatever reason, you're not able to use the... what do you call it? The forge to smelt metal. I don't know why. What we're going to do is we're going to put that there. We're going to put several logs over here. And I'm probably going to have to go and get some more logs. Let's go ahead and light this fire up. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to put one of these small sapphirites up here on the top. Now, it's a good idea to use 2 molds. You really don't have to all the time because it takes quite a few of these to actually make a physical ingot, which kind of sucks. But you'll notice, again, it's warming, it's hot, it heats up, and then it becomes a liquid state. And once it becomes a liquid state, it will flow into one of these ceramic molds. And you have to fill the entire ceramic mold up before you can get your ingot. And then once you've got your ingot, you got to cool it off a little bit. It needs to be cool enough that it's not quite in a liquid form, but hot enough that it can be worked. And then you basically go and dump it out into your anvil, which I'll show you guys here in a minute. And then once you've got that, we'll work the ingot and make our first pickaxe. So we're going to wait until this actually liquefies so I can show you guys that process. And then we'll go make our hammer. We'll go find, while we were out exploring, looking for clay and a few other things, we did happen to find some rocks. So we'll be using your first anvil, because you don't have the ability to really make stone or make an anvil. You have to use a rock. And so you use the hammer with the rock and it becomes an anvil, which, I don't know, kind of hokey to me, but we are full-blown caveman at this point, so... Should work out pretty good. I've got to find a rock that's fairly close to our base. I think I have one out to the north. And there you go. You'll see it is liquid. You'll also see that it is heating up. You want to be careful. You don't want it to be too hot because then it can actually evaporate. And you don't want it to evaporate. So what we're going to basically do is we're going to pull it out whenever it gets too hot, and then you can put this zinc one right up here and it will melt into this one. And so that way you can continuously cycle them without, you know, getting too big or too nasty, and then you can just combine them until you've got a full mold. Just like I said, make sure that you have an extra mold available. That way if any excess, like if this fills up and you don't have an extra mold here, then it just evaporates. So you want to make sure you always have at least 2 molds on hand. You know, at this point in time when you're dealing with such small amounts of ore, you're not going to get any over spillage, but it's nice to have it for... You get in the habit of it now, and then you don't have any waste later on. And it takes a ton of these little monsters to make an ingot, so it's just best to be prepared. Anyways, I'm going to keep pounding away at this for a little bit till we get an ingot. I've got plenty of sand. While we were out, I found some. We've got plenty of gravel. We're going to feed our sluices, and then once we have an ingot, we'll show you the process on how to do that. So one of the main drawbacks of the forge is you can't... use it to smelt ore, and by that I mean you can't, the actual process of the ore melting into an ingot, which I can show you right here, one sec. This actual process cannot be done because this does not drop in. So right here you've got all of these little spots here which can be used for fuel, but they can't be used for one of these. And you can place these over here, but they don't actually catch anything. I've heard they did at a later or at a previous update. However, What you can use is you can use the forge to rapidly heat these. You'll notice the heat difference between these. I wouldn't say it's substantial, but it's enough that you can kind of multitask a bit here. You do need to be careful though, since there is no way for these to be caught. When you get them to a liquid state, you need to get them out of here quickly, because if you leave them in for too long, they can evaporate, and that kind of sucks, because it takes a long time to make all of these. I mean, it takes about 12 of these small sphaforites to make a single ingot. Alright, so that one's liquid, so we're going to just open it. Oh, come on. Alright, we'll just drop you in. There we go. Put you back. Come back over here. You're liquid. Very hot, very hot. Okay. Now we're just going to dump you here. There we go. And with this method, you can kind of quickly combine all of your ingots, so you can kind of see where you're at. Okay, and so that other one dropped in. There we go. There we go. Now we'll pull him out so it can cool off a little bit, and we'll keep right on grinding away. And this way you can kind of have a ton of molds, which you kind of have a tendency to do when you're doing a lot of these, because you have to kind of juggle them back and forth because you don't want any of them evaporating or not. But this will allow you to quickly and easily combine all of your ingots into one ingot real quick, so you don't have to wait for each one to heat up individually and run the risk of, you know, melting one of your ingots at the wrong time. One thing to keep in mind with sluices is occasionally they bug out. As you'll notice right here, this says 40 of 50, but the line is frozen. Don't panic, just throw another piece of sand in and you'll notice it'll reset. I don't know why it does that. Hopefully it's a bug that's fixed later on, but all of my sluices did that, and I was worried that it meant that maybe all of the ore in the area had been mined out, but it just seems like for whatever reason they jammed up. So just feed them a little bit more sand and or gravel, and that will loosen the little bastards back up, and they will get working again happily for you to make some more metal. Alright, so I expanded our little setup here so I could do 2 ingots at a time and made things a little bit quicker. We now have our full unshaped zinc and a little bit more to spare. But before we can get started working this, we need to make the hammer first. And for the hammer, you need to nab this shape. Me and the clicking are not getting along today. There we go. As you can see, it gives us a hammerhead. Place that there, and boom. Now we've got our nice little hammer. Now that we have our hammer and our ingot, we need to be able to shape this. Unfortunately, you can't just, shape it by itself. You have to find an anvil or create an anvil. Now, anvils are incredibly expensive. They're one of the more rare components in Terrafirmacraft, with the exception of your first anvil, which is basically just a stone anvil. Now, you need to find some stone outcrops. I got lucky. There's one near my base. You can't place the stone like this. One of these will not work. As you can see, it's not turning. But if you come over to one like this, you just simply right click and it's going to turn into an anvil. And then you can put your ingot in here and work it as so. Now, before we can do this, number one, we have to heat the ingot up until it's hot and easily worked. And we also have to work on our plans. We're going to cover all that in tomorrow's episode. But I did want to show you guys today how to create the anvil. And then you just click out of the menu to remove it, and it's a normal piece of stone again. Anyways, hopefully you guys found this video helpful or enjoyed it. If you did, please click the like button. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.